Hello Pisces, this one's for you. This is your February 2021. I'm hearing research. Reading. So let's do a Celtic cross. I have been receiving a few messages. I keep hearing point of view research, point of view research, point of view research. And I was meditating on you, Pisces. Before I turned the camera on, I was thinking about doing a reading for you. And I received a specific message. I was hearing, not for Natalie to discover. X, as in the letter X, ecstasy bots. Not for Natalie to discover X, ecstasy bots. Let's take a look at the past here. We have something that's really taken off. This could be a project or a business, an idea. It looks like it's had a lot of momentum behind it specifically. Speed, I'm hearing time. Something that has really taken off. We're looking at a rocket ship here on the Chariot card. Forward momentum, project, or I see this really specifically as a project. One that's been, I'm hearing evolume, one that's been really launched, and perhaps very, very quickly. So we're looking at the past here, and that is Einstein in the background there. This is the card of special relativity as well in this deck. I'm hearing point of view research again. In the future, we're looking at the High Priestess. Beautiful card. I love that card. It also, I'm hearing inner, as I'm thinking of hidden knowledge or wisdom. So it kind of interconnected there with my own thoughts and thought patterns as I'm thinking hidden wisdom. And it's really altered to hidden inner wisdom, the construct there. Many constructs, right? So, she seems to be looking out, kind of reflecting. Even her head is turned really even towards the future. So you could even be foretelling of an event, perhaps. A little bit of predictive theme going on here as well. It's a beautiful magenta color. Color. It looks very feminine. This looks kind of like a snail shell up here in the sky. So golden. I'm hearing theremin. The theremin is an instrument, and golden theremin is a song that is in my own personal preferences. I'm hearing gotcha. So I like that we have a nautilus, or whatever this is up here. Point of view research is cycling through here, the phrase point of view research. And it really reminds me of the golden spiral here. So we've got two major arcana cards. We've got the 7 in the past, and we've got in the future the High Priestess, who's looking even further into the future. So you could be someone who's a hop, a skip, and a jump comes to mind, ahead of time, perhaps, or working with someone or something even. As a card pops out of the deck, let's put it in the conscious mind position. We have the 4 of Cups. So some kind of unknown source handing, I almost said handling, a communication perhaps, a spiritual, I'm hearing treaty contract, and it looks like it's being offered from the sky, or from a place that is, well, who knows really? Where is it coming from? The communication. It is in reverse, which really calls to dump out your cups of understanding and try again. Perhaps they need to be refreshed, refresh your glass. Perhaps what was in your cup before is no longer serving you, and it's time to move on to the next thing. To really restart, we have to pour out the cups of our old world to create new ones. And so you're really being warned to be careful about extra, I'm hearing, as I'm thinking communications, extra communications perhaps, or something that's being offered to you specifically. It's okay to turn it down. Don't be afraid. So this could be something related to your work life as well. We see the number 4 here, which always makes me think of work. But in the I'm hearing science, I'm hearing tarot. In the quantum version, Tarot 2.0, this is the card of extra particles, abundance, overflow, or an overabundance of something specifically, and as often comes up as too much of a good thing. This could be something that's already in your awareness. Perhaps it's something that you're learning to move through. If so, I really wish you luck on that. Let's look into the subconscious mind here. And a lot of times dream activity will kind of, I'm hearing surface, I'm hearing me. Looking down at the subconscious mind, we have a lot of observation taking place. This is the Emperor card we have. So we've got the 4 mirroring the 4 here. And then these 3 major arcana cards are kind of really structured. I'm hearing base. So we've got 7, 4, and 2. And this is the, I'm hearing Emperor, and it is in fact the Emperor. So beating me to the punch there, right? Speaking of prediction. And it looks like, hopefully not, but at best can be an authoritative, protective, highly skilled or trained even point of view comes to mind. And that's a very large eye on his face. I'm hearing wary. So it really reminds me of human, the ability to observe, observer technology. This is something where it's really calling you to take a look, take the reins, and take dominion over the activity and perhaps even interactivity that's happening in your subconscious mind, specifically. So let's take a look at the Catalyst card here. We have the King of Cups, Neptune. I'm hearing what? And he's looking off into the future at the High Priestess, who is also looking off into the future, in the future position. And so what has happened here after this momentum, this startup, perhaps even this project that's been even explosively just launched forward. I'm hearing through and I'm hearing out. Put me in your, and then I'm getting dreams. So kind of an assortment of dialogue there that seems to be occupying, taking up actual space and time in multiple layers of communication. Sometimes it's disjointed, sometimes it's smooth as butter. Speaking of smooth, I'm looking at this character right in the center of the spread, and I'm hearing criminal, and then like some eyes, like eyebrow raise kind of thing. But I've always really liked the Neptune character. This masculine archetype is the King of Cups. Perhaps someone who is spiritually adept. Perhaps even someone who is good at foretelling the future as he's looking out into the future position here at the High Priestess. And as the King of Cups is looking at the High Priestess, he's got some very calm waters here. Spiritually in tune, I'm hearing. I'm hearing warrior, and I'm looking down at his Triton here. What's he presiding over? What's he presiding over, really? You know, it's another masculine archetype of dominion. And it's right here at the center of your spread. And I've got another card that's just kind of wants to flip out of the deck because it's got like a little bit of a bend to it. And so let's pull this bending card out. And we're looking at the card of loss. It's the 5 of Pentacles. And there are some pentacles concealed here. We see a figure, I'm hearing subject, in duality. 5 is the number of conflict. This is also this is really the card of lack or scarcity. Limited, and I'm hearing point of view. Limitation of point of view is, I'm hearing research subject. I'm hearing sunny disposition. And so it's also really kind of gray. We see a little bit of a green hue here. Experiencing the limitation of physical reality itself is often a limitation or scarcity that's experienced here. This could be, I'm hearing wellness, as I was going to say finances, it could be monetary. It's the loss of something, and it wants to kind of jump out in your card, but in your spread, but in no particular position did it do so. So I'm just going to leave that here, and let's have a card crossing Neptune here. I'm hearing Trite, King of Cups, and we have a partnership. Perhaps the King of Cups is someone that you have a partnership. Perhaps this is you. This is your character, perhaps. The King of Cups, but nonetheless an energy that you're working. I was going to say working with, and I'm hearing for. I'm hearing fight to the finish. So it's crossed by the 2 of Cups, which is binary star. This is a contract of some kind. It could be an energetic one. I'm hearing marriage. It could be a spiritual one. It could be, an actual 3D contract. It could be at a 3D contract, I was going to say, of marriage, but our marriage contract's really just 3D, which kind of what it reminds me of here is they toast. What you can barely see is the caduceus rising from their cups, almost as if to create the next thing in the next dimension, really. It seems like a dimensional contract to me. And it's crossing the King of Cups here, who's looking out at the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is kind of looking down over into the future and into the subconscious mind, but kind of sideways here, with her awareness not on the Emperor, which is occupying this space in the subconscious mind. So flipping out, we've got loss here. Why don't we take a look at hopes and fears. Got the Sun card. That's beautiful. Youth, I'm hearing oriented, and beauty is kind of like underneath of that. So we've got hopes and fears, health, wealth, love, and then I'll pull a final one for destiny at the end. So scheming, I'm hearing. I kind of placed this to the left of the Emperor here. This is the card of loss, a little bit of conflict, whether it could be in relation to your finances. It could be the way you're spending your coin, or the way you're earning your coin. I mean, it could be something where if there's two parties, or perhaps this is just one party in duality, but their back is really turned to the concealed, to that which is concealed. So hopefully nothing shady, but this is coming up. So hopes and fears, we've got the Sun card. You could be a light worker, literally, of some kind. This person is really charging and even supercharging, and I'm getting like a car, perhaps like a Formula One racing car. But supercharging your light body also is what I think of every time I see this card. Spending time in the sun and also grounding to the earth. I mean, it looks like it's another multi-dimensional card here. Very, very youthful. Youthful, I'm hearing exuberance. So hopefully not too much, but, at worst, what is, we're looking at hopes and fears. What is the worst side of that, really? Could be a youthful exuberance or an immaturity. Perhaps it's an immaturity in understanding. Perhaps it's an immaturity of emotions. Perhaps it's intellectual. Perhaps, whatever it might be, it's still a really banging card. It's great. It's the number 19. It's the sun. And it looks like you're doing and benefiting from some light work. And it's almost like so important to you, this light work, that it trumps any fear. I see this as a purely hopeful card, really. Okay, so let's look at health, and we have another card. I'm hearing charged. There's a wands activity here. There's a lot of fiery activity. There's high energy, perhaps even high octane, but it looks like a lot of light activity specifically. This is the Six of Wands. You could be supercharging your, I'm hearing intelligence, but I was going to say health. This guy is in motion, a trusty steed here that he's horseback, and this is not the Major Arcana Star card, but it's the Star card as the Six of Wands in the Quantum version 2.0 deck. So this is forward momentum here, really. Whatever this is with your health, it looks like a lot of proactivity and a lot of momentum. You could be doing healing research. Whatever this is, you have a lot of energy fueling it, and it looks like you've already taken off. You've already had a startup. You've already been building and creating whatever this is. It's been launched, and it looks like it could be in relation to lightworking activity and healing activity. So this could be a literal project for you. The self-discovery comes to mind. And so let's look at wealth, and I'm looking down at the Strength card. Fearlessness is always great to have. We have another Major Arcana card here, and it is 8. Also Leo. I don't know if you have any Leo in your chart, or perhaps even something groundbreaking happening under the sign of Leo. This could be something that's happened in the past. This could be something coming up in the future. Also pay special attention to lunar eclipse activity as well. I really feel like I should just mention. So so the woman sticking her hand in the lion's mouth here, fearless. I'm hearing roar. Playful, right? And it is in reverse, and so maybe there's just a little bit of calling to a playfulness gone wrong. This could be a playfulness energy where there is perhaps a little bit of, I'm hearing concealed identity, but I was thinking when playfulness and then being rough where there are those lines between the two. There are boundaries, there are barriers, and there are really even, I would say, as far as your work life goes, even algorithms of operation, where you could be, in your work life, experiencing a kind of, let's just say, not playfulness gone wrong. It could be one of the themes here, really. It looks like it's a really serious situation, whatever it is, as I'm looking down at her hand in the lion's mouth. Perhaps you don't want to take it too lightly. But nonetheless, the Strength card is a really great card. It's a good one to have in your work life. Just be careful about your mode of expression and the way that you handle especially serious topics, because you don't want to make light of or superficial an interaction of something that it's like, that's my hand in a beast's mouth. It's a big deal. So, nothing wrong with a little witty banter though. So let's look down at, let's see, health, wealth, love. We have the supernova. It is the Eight of Wands, and it's in reverse. We've got the Six of Wands here, the Eight of Wands. This is really dispersing a lot of energy. And with this, I believe this is supernova, right? Is that when the core of a star collapse? I'm hearing implode. But it's really like flinging material out into space here, is what's going on. So there could be a lack of organization or disarray specifically in the love life during this time. I'm hearing home. And I'm getting a combination of words. It's like creature, creature, comfort, and treasure. I'm hearing bend. So, so it looks like it could be, whether it's chaotic or whether it's explosive. Just be careful, with the nature of that relationship in your love life, what is being flung out into space. Be careful where it lands. You don't want to hit anybody. Hopefully this isn't any kind of anger or outburst of rage. But it looks like it could even just be, I'm hearing fling, I'm hearing romantic. I'm hearing her partner, and I'm hearing gay, the word G-A-Y. G-A-Y. That's been a heavily repetitious transmission. So be careful in your love life. If something seems like it's a little bit too explosive, you may want to see if you can temper that flame a little bit, not control it, just temper it in preparation for something explosive. If you've already had an explosion of some kind, perhaps that, again, you've got the Strength card in your deck. You've got a lot of momentum. It looks like your light worker activity is one of those things that's propelling you, and I see that really here with these same colors. And these same yellow tones as well, like a yellow, orange, red. So focus on the lower chakra system as well. It's the Eight of Wands in reverse here. It could be a little bit of disorganization in the lower chakra system. Root, sacral, solar plexus. And here's the sun here too, so you may be called to really, really fine-tune, really ground, and really work on the lower chakra system in relation to your love, perhaps, during this time. Okay, let's wrap it up and do one more card for destiny. This is, again, your February 2021 reading. This is for Pisces. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening along, Pisces. Your Destiny card. And we have, I'm hearing marriage. It's the Four of Wands reversed. It is in relation to a marriage or a partnership. It looks like you want to be careful about harmony and disharmony. Something seems like perhaps it's not quite fitting correctly, or perhaps the nature of its connection is one that is, let's say, out of tune, or seems like it's in tune but isn't. Something about this union. These guys are like breakdancing here through these columns of light, which I love, because it's to harmonize with another person. Is really kind of like sharing a song, a tune, a dance. And whoever your dancing partner is, I'm hearing master, dancing master. Maybe you want to look at also the nature of those communications, because it looks like you're naturally like a great break dancer. I mean, this could be like your thing. And it has everything to do with you marching to, it's like the song that you're singing or song that you're dancing to is like, I'm seeing a little bit of even predictive steps here, to the point of skill and mastery. Be careful of the nature of that union, whatever it is. Okay, so that's February 2021. But nonetheless, it looks like you're a being of harmony. I will say that. All right. Good luck, Pisces. Thank you.